What's going on, guys? So here's you guys probably wondering I'm just why I'm doing this one, but because I just uploaded that live trading video. But this is just the short form recap because I know some like I do the same shit. Like sometimes I don't want to watch a whole session, but I'll just run through this recap really quick for you guys. Basically, we had one loss and one win. First loss and it only ended up netting us. We only lost $150 per each account. I went in really light on this, and the reason why was because we had a relative equal low. But I'm gonna get into that. Second trade, I went in much heavier and made back so I lost 150 per account on the first trade, and then we made 350 per account on the second trade. So we ended the day 200 on 5 accounts, so $1,000, which is what I had it as exactly. So worked out pretty much perfectly. Again, went super light on this because I had faith in this running, and I was gonna probably just try to run it high because the risk to reward would have been really good on this trade. But it is what it is. We took that loss and we learned from it. But I'm gonna go through this pretty quick. So coming into market open, we had this initial dump, and I really wanted to short right here off this candle right here. But again, I don't know. We didn't have a lot of range. The draw just didn't really make too much sense to me without a safe stop loss. So I just kind of let this dump. And then we ended up taking out this hourly low right here. We didn't take this low out, but so many times price will just leave a low. So I was just like, all right, maybe we're going to get this reversal right here. So we ended up sweeping out that one low, and then we started to get some displacement to the upside. And the thing that was making me really bullish here was because ES was also inversing. ES was pushing heavily bullish. It had equal lows leading into the data high, and we had an SMT kind of forming. ES had only swept this low. It hadn't even taken out London, and NQ is like all the way down here. So you have to keep that in mind. We have a bullish SMT forming. ES has draws higher. I'm like, it's got to run from here. Like it has to. ES is inversing on the lower time frame, and NQ is inversing. So pretty much this 2-minute inversion happens, and normally I would just enter right here. And at the time, I was looking to target at least to this 5-minute gap. I don't have it marked, but you guys can see it. So I waited. If you guys watch the live trading, I waited for it to kind of pull back. And then as soon as we got the push, I don't think this was my exact. What was my entry exactly? Maybe this was my entry. I don't remember exactly. But as soon as the 1 minute here kind of flipped and started to push, that's when I entered. I ran my stop below. And at this same time, ES looked heavily bullish. Like, let's look at ES really quick. ES was flipping bullish at the time, and I'm like, there's no way it doesn't run through these highs. It should be able to carry us. We should be able to at least get break even if we run through these highs, and we could target up and leave a runner. So I entered here. We had that 2-minute inversion. ES inversed as well. We swept out a ton of sell side. Again, we left relative equal lows though with that hourly low, so I decided to de-risk on this trade, and basically we ended up getting stopped out. Price wanted to take out this low and take out that hourly low, which is fine, which is why we de-risked. I did like this setup because we got displacement, 2-minute inversion, we got the confirmation. The 1 minute looked like it was going to flip. ES had draws higher, we had draws higher, low resistance liquidity leading into a 5-minute unfilled gap. To me, it just made sense, but again, very risky to long below relative equal lows, but I was willing to take it because, again, I went in with super light risk. From there, price came down and took out this hourly low. So now from here, we really started to get that shift. So here, we got this 3-minute inversion right here. So I took the entry on a candle or two after. I think it was on this candle at 10:07. We got the 3-minute inversion. I kind of hesitated because I wanted a little bit of a better entry, but I ended up getting a decent entry. Not the greatest, but anyway, we got in with the momentum. We swept those lows out, and at that time, we had an SMT. So as you can see, ES higher low, NQ lower low, and I was targeting into this newly formed 15-minute gap up here. So as soon as price tapped into the gap right here, I went break even, and I was looking to target CE of this gap, and I wanted to see ES come up and take out potentially Asia high. So I pretty much went break even here. Price came down, and as soon as we started to chop up, I just started to scale out. I scaled out after we took this internal high. I scaled out again up here. I think I scaled out again here, and I left one runner just up to potentially CE, or I was going to let it run potentially up to the wick, up to data high up here, and that ended up getting taken out break even. So we made back the loss 2 times, so I'm super happy with that, well, more than 2 times. But again, I'll run through that winning trade again. We came down, we swept out that hourly low, we swept this pretty much internal low, we got an SMT, as you can see, NQ made a lower low, ES made a higher low, 3-minute inversion, nice displacement off the low, clear draw at that 15-minute gap above, scaled out on the way, and then we got stopped out break even on the last bit. So full trade on that would have been 1.4. I think we only ended up catching like just about 1.1 at the peak. So it is what it is. I gave my stop a good bit of room. And just with these mech model type trades, just trying to catch that rebalance and just de-risking. So that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Again, links all in the pinned comment description for Alpha Futures and for the Discord and all that stuff. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.